the game can see the boxing voice.
Welcome back, gang, for the first time and hopefully many more to come. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click on the notifications right here, this little bell, so you can get those emails every time we go live. Peace.
ThaBoxingvoice.com. I'm here with Coach Anthony. How you feel today, Coach?
I'm good, babe. I'm good. You already know we out here working, man. Labor Day weekend is a Monday. Most businesses is closed. But, you know, we're here, man. Tevin Farmer got a world title fight again, defending his belt for the first time, really his second time. But defending it for the first time. So, you know, we here, we working, man, every day, no days off.
Okay, well, let's get right into that card. Let's talk about this Billy Joe Saunders and Demetrius Andre. What do you think about that matchup, man?
Yo, that fight right there is so intriguing to me, man, because, you know, everybody knows Boo Boo could fight. Everybody knows him from the amateurs. Everybody knows how much he's accomplished as an amateur. But, you know, he also had a pretty long layoff due to some business difficulties or whatnot. But, you know, he came back. He looked pretty good his last, I think he only performed once, maybe twice since he had a layoff. But he looked all right to me, you know what I'm saying? But then Billy Joe Saunders came in against Lemieux and looked phenomenal. I mean, granted, Lemieux's a stand in front of you guy, and you know he's kind of tailor-made. Tailor-made for a good boxer. Everybody was, you know, talking about how Lemieux's power is this, is that, and you know, Billy Joe Saunders went in there, showed like tremendous conditioning, great skills. You know, I was very impressed with Billy Joe Saunders, put it that way. But then again, I haven't seen Billy Joe fight that much. That was the first time I saw Billy Joe really fight, and people say he didn't look like that in the past. So I don't know, man. You know, it's one of those fights where it's like, who the hell can you pick in this one? Most American people are picking Boo Boo because they know him for so long, and they feel like, you know, he's such a talented fighter. If anybody could do it, he could do it. But I don't know, man. I wouldn't count Billy Joe out of this one. The only thing I will say is I just found out that Andrade is a little bit taller than Billy Joe, and I didn't know that. I thought Billy Joe had the height and the reach advantage, but it looks like Andrade does. And if that's the case, I can see where that could present a problem for someone like Billy Joe Saunders, because Billy Joe likes to box. And when you're the boxer and then you got to fight a guy who's taller than you, now you got to kind of press a little bit to get on the inside. And when that happens, that kind of changes your style and changes the dynamic of everything. That's why styles make fights. So it's a pick 'em fight, man. I don't know who to pick, man. I'm just glad that I'm going to be in the building that day with Tevin and I'll get to watch it. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, what do you think about Tevin's matchup?
You know, I don't know anything about this guy. I'm looking him up now. You know, I'm starting to figure him out. You know what I mean? Trying to figure out what we got about him. I mean, you know, he's a, you know, overseas fighter. Those guys always come to fight, man. But, you know, right now, Tevin's focus, it's just on a whole nother level, man. He's getting meaner. He's getting more focused. He's locking in. You know what I mean? And then this is the Tevin Farmer that we want right now. We want a Tevin Farmer that's all business. He's not playing, you know, playing so much to all the internet stuff and all of that. Right now, what Tevin's doing is he's completely locking into his business. He just got the big deal with Eddie Hearn. And he knows what that means, and I don't think he wants to ruin this opportunity. So, you know, right now Tevin Farmer is fully focused. His hand is healing up beautifully. So, I mean, now we're going to start to see the Tevin that we've been telling you guys about for some time now. Everything's starting to come together. And remember, Tevin's still learning on the job. He doesn't have 200 amateur fights. He hasn't been boxing since he was 9. You know what I'm saying? So he's just going to continue to get better and better and better. So, I'm very confident in Tevin Farmer for this first title defense.
Okay. Well, let's talk about another fight. Let's talk about what do you think about the matchup with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury?
That's another one I love, man. Tyson Fury can box. I work, one of my other fighters is Fast Eddie Chambers. And Fast Eddie Chambers for about 2 years spent camp with Tyson Fury. So, you know, he's very close to the Furies. When I went to the UK, I kind of interacted with the Furies, and the guy could box, man. People talk about Tyson Fury like he's just a guy. Like, this guy's a fantastic boxer. He's tall, he knows how to move his waist, and he's slick, and he does all the things that, like, a middleweight boxer would do. He's big. The only thing I will say is he let himself really fall off pretty bad. And when you let yourself fall off that bad and you try to come back, it's not as easy as it was when you were consistently staying in shape. You know what I mean? Another thing is Deontay Wilder got a momentum. And when a guy got a momentum, man, that's really hard to break sometimes. You know what I mean? He's knocking guys out. He just had a really, really good fight with Luis Ortiz. And that fight right there, man, I think that solidified him as a legitimate world champion. I mean, everybody was kind of trying to discredit Deontay. But after beating a guy like that, man, how can you not? You know what I mean? He's the American fighter. So, you know, as an American, you got to want your guy to win. At least you would assume so. But I don't know, man. I put it like this. If Tyson Fury is 100% ready for this fight, I wouldn't be surprised if he pulled it off. Only because he's got, to me, the better boxing skills. He's just as tall. You know what I mean? He knows how to fight tall guys, obviously. He fought Klitschko. He looked good against Klitschko. But if he comes in there and he's missing a beat because of the layoff and the weight gain, then, you know, Deontay Wilder's the wrong guy. You don't really want to go in there under those circumstances. I could see Deontay Wilder dropping him, stopping him. Fury been dropped by Cunningham, and Cunningham is a cruiserweight. So imagine what, you know, if Deontay Wilder lands one of those bombs on him and he's, you know, not fully focused or something like that. So it's another pick'em fight, man. You know, I want the American to win, you know what I mean? But if I had to put money on it, I wouldn't be surprised if Tyson Fury pulled it off.
Does Deontay Wilder have the defense? We talk about his power a lot, but does he have the defense to get in there and fight with a Tyson Fury and actually box all the way through an entire 12 rounds and win against a Tyson Fury?
With Deontay Wilder, I don't think it's so much about his defense. It's about his will. It's about his determination, because you can easily say Luis Ortiz, you know what I'm saying, was a big puncher and a more skillful guy, and Deontay Wilder lasted the distance with him. Now, granted, in that fight, I thought that Deontay Wilder kind of got saved by the referee to a degree. When he got dropped in, I think, the 8th or 9th round, it seemed like they gave him some extra time in the corner, trying to get his marbles back, which he didn't. But the only thing I say to counteract that statement is he still went back in there and won the fight. And you still got to give him credit for that. You know what I mean? Regardless if they helped him when he was hurt, you still have to bite down on your mouthpiece and you still win. You deserve credit for that. So, you know, with him, no, his defense is not up to par for Tyson Fury, but it's not up to par for a lot of guys, and he's a world champion, and he's still beating these guys. So sometimes your offense is your best defense. And when you're throwing bombs and guys are feeling it, trust me, guys they're not so excited to punch at you. You know what I mean? Guys kind of hold their punches because they don't want to get caught with something coming in. And Deontay's just a mean guy who likes to fight, man. And you know, like I said, skill-wise, no, but skills ain't everything in boxing. You know what I'm saying? Skills is only a part of boxing. You got the mental side of it, you got the conditioning side of it, you got the will side of it, you got the heart, you got the chin, you got the genetics, you got the natural athleticism. There's too many components in boxing to just say skills. If that was the case, we have all these world champions, all these guys from Philadelphia right now walking the streets that used to box who never did nothing if it was just about skills. There's a lot of guys in Philly right now who got skills, but they ain't have everything else it took, and that's why they're not on top right now. So, you know, it's not just about skills, you know what I mean? It's about everything. And Deontay seems to have most of the things. And if he's missing a little bit of defense, he makes up for in other areas.
Very well put, Coach. One last question. Did Anthony Joshua duck Deontay Wilder, in your opinion?
Oh, man, that's a hard one to say, man. You know, it's hard for me to really say. See, boxing's a business, and now that I'm in boxing on the business side, on a professional level, I see it for what it really is.
Okay.
And boxing's a business. It's very difficult for me to believe that another world-class fighter is scared of another world-class fighter. To me, that's, especially when there's money on the table, I think that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let's look at it from another perspective. Maybe it's not fair between the fighters. Could it be, let's just say, like you said, it's a business. Could it be that after Deontay Wilder, there's nothing left for Anthony Joshua?
Nothing left?
What would be left after he fights the other biggest champion in the world? Where does he go from there? Is it a lead up, or is it a thing where we just kind of want to milk account for everything we can get him out of before we put him in there with Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's exactly what it is.
So is that ducking?
I guess if you want to use the word ducking as far as a business strategy, yes, I would say that he's ducking him because, like you said, he knows the fight. There's a chance he can lose. So if there's a chance you can lose, and like you said, you didn't fight all the other names in the division right now. You didn't clean house yet. Where do you go? Once Deontay's the king, reigns supreme, now you kind of fall to the sidelines with with the Luis Ortizes and the, everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, he probably did duck him in that aspect. But as far as being scared of him, no, I don't believe that's the case. I think this is kind of a page out of the Floyd Mayweather Manny Pacquiao book right now. You know what I'm saying? Let's milk this thing. Let's pick up some more fights. Let's get some more money. And you know what I'm saying? I can't be mad at him, man. I mean, it's business. You know what I'm saying? And right now I feel like Anthony Joshua is healthy. I feel like Deontay Wilder is healthy, and I believe even if they fought 2 more fights before they met up against each other, I think they'll both still be in their prime, and I think the fight will be even bigger, and I think it will be the biggest fight in boxing since Floyd Mayweather Manny Pacquiao.
So then that would make Eddie Hearn a genius.
Oh, absolutely. That man is a genius. I mean, look what he's doing right now, picking up all the American fighters, and he's doing what he's supposed to do as a businessman. I can't knock him. He's doing his thing.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you for your time, Coach Anthony. Let you get back in there to work with Tevin Farmer.
Yes,
get him
sir.
ready for his title defense. BoxingVoice.com. I'm Jay Goodman. Thanks for clicking.
What is up, TBV family? Yes, YouTube has been cutting funding to their channels as of late, and with net neutrality going through its process, the internet is changing. If you want to keep your favorite channel intact, coming up with tons of content, and plus get hours and hours of extra content, head over to patreon.com/TheBoxingVoice to become a member of the TBV family and help support the channel. Peace.